One more thing I want to mention. Once again, this is period talk. So if you're not interested in period talk, scroll on. Go ahead, get out of here. For those of you who want to learn about periods and cycle tracking and actual figuring out when your fertility window is, go ahead and hang on 1 second. Okay, so last video I was talking about the actual basal thermometer method, and I was talking about the books that I read. Well, now I want to talk about the apps that I use. So at first I was using Women's Log. So this one I like because it's free, it's simple, it's great for really simple charting. The only thing that I would mention about this one is it does not follow HIPAA, so be wary about using this one. I haven't really been using this one recently. I was using it a lot in the beginning, but now that we have all this awareness and stuff, I do prefer this one because it does follow HIPAA. So right there, it also has confidentiality, follows HIPAA. This one is more specific. So if you're curious on, charting the stuff like I was talking about from the tissue into your app, or you can put this one in your app and it'll be a little bit more simple. You can actually put, like, if you're dry, it has like the crumbly, or if it's more egg white, this one would be more accurate for that. But both apps are great. I figured out how to use both of them. I'm going to show you examples from each one. So this was from 2019. I did post this on my Lemonade too, so if you guys ever want to actually read through my whole post there. But this was actually a normal period I had. So these are kind of rare for me to find, but this is how you figure these out. So I like how the red lines, that's when you know you're having your period. And as you can see, you have that dip down. I don't know why, for some reason, this particular one took me a little bit warmer. But then I also, stayed lower after the period. So something was going on right here. It could have been that I was moving too much. Who knows? But I stayed lower. This is normal. Now, this little spot right here, because you count from that spike, you want about 4 or 5 days before. That is going to be your fertility window. So it is always good to chart 1 to 2 months ahead of time before actually fully trusting it. That way you can figure out when this time is, and you can watch for signs on your own body and watch how your own body functions through it. But this right here is the fertile window. And then obviously you get that spike and it stays high until your period, and then bloop, it drops again. So the other cool thing about this is when you're watching all this happen, you can actually find out also if you're pregnant. That's something that I didn't mention in my last video. But if you stay warm a bit extra longer than normal, it's an early sign that you're pregnant. So that would be a good time to grab a pregnancy test if you stayed out, longer than, I think, like 14 days is what they say, from the fertile window, from when you ovulate, right about here. Then your body's going to do that spike. So basically, bun in the oven is how you can remember that. So basically, your body's preparing for that egg to be fertilized and sit in that uterus. But obviously, if there's nothing in there, then it's just going to drop and then you get your period. Now, I did make this Lemonade post while I was doing the class. So basically, this was me talking about how I knew that I wasn't pregnant. And I didn't have to worry because I had this extra long period. Not that that part really matters. But my temperatures were going very zigzaggy and there was no actual rise. And this was going on excessively. So this was from the Women's Log view, is what we're looking at here. Now on the Read Your Body app, you can see more of it, so you can see when it's been disturbed, but also we're still getting a lot of that zigzag, and then you can also see what the stuff was doing, is what's happening in this little part right here. So this is why I kind of like the Read Your Body, because you get to see a little bit more, and it does help you view a little bit more on when you're going to be fertile. Because from what I'm guessing at this particular chart, I may or may not have ovulated in this part, because we did get that spike, but then it dipped down. So this is why I sent it over to my coach, and she just said to wait around and watch it a little bit more. I think this wasn't exactly my ovulation point, but I think my body just, the hormones and everything were just going pretty whack over here. But once again, I do hope that this helps somebody. Like I said, using that basal thermometer can definitely help with, tracking when you're fertile. So whether you try to conceive or not, you can know when that fertility window is. So you can either take advantage of it or stay away from, the opposite gender. But that's definitely my pro tip of the day on that. And like I said, this is something that I don't think it'll ever get taken away because people use it for both ways. And also, it was something that my Catholic Church recommended. This can be accurate, about 98% accurate if you are on top of it, but it does take a lot of responsibility, which I know not everybody has advantage to. But definitely knowing that it's out there and trying your best can definitely help you. All right, until next time, bye!